I would wish to take you through the process of creating relationships. Therefore, we launch Microsoft Access. Then we can name this one relationships. Then we open this one, open our database. Now, once we open our database, we shall use the three available methods. There are three methods that I will take you through. You can create a relationship by use of Lookup wizard. I would also wish you go check in the link below in the description. I have put a link on how to do Lookup wizard, though I still repeat. Therefore, there are three methods. Number one is Lookup, use of Lookup wizard. There is the normal table-to-table method of creating a relationship. There is also use of joins. Therefore, I will take you through the three main methods. Therefore, let's start with method number one, creating relationship by use of Lookup wizard. Therefore, you just go to table design, then we create a table called teacher ID. Then this can be auto number. This can be auto number. Then we have teacher name. Then we can also have qualifications. Now qualifications, you can just go ahead and use the Lookup wizard to create the three qualifications. Therefore, you can have diploma, degree, and masters, those ones. Then from there we can save our table as teacher. Then we go ahead and create another table. This is for students. Therefore, create, design. Then this is admission number for the student. Then we can have the student class. This we can have our class. Then we can also have class teacher. Therefore, this is our admission number. You can just have it as a number. You can have it as a number or even auto number, because you're not actually going to refer it anywhere. Therefore, now I want to first of all we save this one. This is student. Therefore, I want to show you, to take you through the process of now creating a relationship by use of Lookup wizard. Therefore, we are getting class teacher from the teacher table. Therefore, we need to create a relationship for that matter. Therefore, you just go to class teacher, then you click on this, then you go to Lookup wizard. Now, once you go to Lookup wizard, in this dialog box, there are two options. I want the lookup feed to get the values from another table or query, or I will type in the values that I want. Therefore, we are choosing this option one. I want to look up. We need to create a relationship. Therefore, I just go to next. Then at this juncture, I will be given the option to choose my tables. You can use tables, you can use queries, you can use both. Therefore, in case you want to use queries and tables, you can click on both. But for me, I will stick on option number one. Therefore, which table or query should provide the values for your lookup? Therefore, it is teacher. Then I go next. Which field now? Which fields of teacher contain the values you want included in your lookup field? The fields select become columns in your lookup field. Therefore, what I do, I just go and choose teacher name, then I send it. That is, now I have created a relationship between the two tables. Now, after going to next, I just go to next, then finish. Therefore, the table must be saved before relationships can be created. Save now. Therefore, you can see that we have already now created a relationship. Therefore, I just click on yes, and you will automatically notice it changes the number to, that is the data type to number. Now after doing so, I can now just print, save that one. Then I can go ahead and close this one. Therefore, let's feed some data and see what happens. Let's see what happens after we feed some data. Therefore, just go to teachers table. Then we can feed few teachers. Mr. Jackson. We can have Mrs. Kamau. We can have Mr. Jonas. Then we can have Miss Joki. Now after doing that, you just go here and choose the qualifications for these teachers. Now first of all, before you even go further, you'll notice that there are these plus signs. These are showing you that there exists a relationship with another table. Therefore, let's go ahead and see it now practically. We can close this, then go to students. Then you can have class, like you can have 4 North, you can have 4 West, we can have 4 East, then you can have 4 South. Now we want to choose the class teachers. Now you'll notice that when I click on this button here, I want us to see it practically working. Therefore, when I click on class teacher here, you see now I have the available teachers. That class teacher is Miss Joki. Then this one is Mrs. Kamau. Now this one class teacher is Mr. Jackson. Then class teacher for this one is Mr. Jonas. Therefore, you have seen that I have created a relationship among the two tables. Therefore, if I go ahead and add a new teacher, and let's assume we have another stream added, that we have 4 Central. We have a Form 4 Central, and we have another Form 4 Winger that way. Therefore, we have 2 classes added. Therefore, then we assume that they are new teachers. We have Mr. Otieno, and then we have Mrs. Ann. Then their qualifications are both degree holders. So if I just click this way, then I go back to my student table, you will notice that automatically I can still have my teachers, Miss Ann and then Mr. Otieno. Therefore, basically, we have created relationships by help of Lookup wizard. Therefore, in my next tutorial, or in my next lesson, I will show you how to create a relationship by use of table to table, or else normal. That is the normal way of creating a relationship by use of various tables. Relationships. Let's look at how you can create a relationship among tables by use of the normal method. Now, the normal method uses this field here, the database tools, then relationships. Therefore, this is where we go: database tools, then relationship. Therefore, first of all, let's create 3 tables. Then you look at how we shall be designing the data types to avoid breach of referential integrity. Referential integrity is a feature that checks that data types field properties are matching. Therefore, you cannot use a dimension number text and then you use a dimension number data type or currency, then you try to create a relationship. Referential integrity will block that one. Therefore, let's go one-on-one and create. If we have a dimension number, you have a dimension number of the student, then you can have student name or just the name of the student. Then we can have class of this student. For dimension number, you can just use auto number because you're not actually using it so much. Therefore, this one is students. Therefore, you have a table called student. First of all, let's change this one because I can see we shall really be using that one. Therefore, you see in our first table, admission number is number. So even in the other tables to come, it should be the same. Therefore, let's proceed, create another one. We still have admission number. Then we shall have fees payable, then fees paid, and balance. First of all, we change this one. This is number and primary key. Also, mark the field that you have put primary key. That this is currency, this is currency. Then we can do the balance. You can also click in the description area. You'll notice that I have put a link on how to make calculations in tables. How we do calculations in table. Therefore, balance, it will be a calculated field. Therefore, you will click here and then select calculated field. Now this dialog box comes, and therefore it will be fees payable. It will be fees payable minus fees paid. That is how we shall get our balance. Then from there we can just save our table as fees that way. Then we can right click, cross it. Then we can create our third table. We go to this point. We have admission number of the student at hostel or dormitory or hostel where the student resides. Therefore, this is number, and then you have the primary key. Then dormitories, you can just use Lookup wizard to fill them. Therefore, use option number 2. I type because I'm actually typing. Therefore, I can have Mount Carmel, can have Tana River, River Nile, Delta, then finish. Then after having that, you can just key in some data. This is hostel. Then you can cross this one. Now, after having this, we can just go to students, feed a few students. 101, 102, 103. Then you can have the student name as Jackson, Boniface, Benson, then career. Then class to Kenya, to Dubai, to Mumbai. Then you can have form to Lagos. Those are the classes. Then now you can just right click and cross. Then you can go to hostels. We have admission on 100, 101, 102, 103. If we can just confirm what we have here. Alternatively, you can just copy this. Then right click, Control V, paste. That way. Then dormitory, this sleeps at Mount Carmel, this sleeps at Tana, this sleeps at Nile River, this sleeps at Delta. So we can now cross all. Then go to fees payable. We paste our admission number. I've just pressed Control V. Therefore, fees payable, let's assume it is all the same. That way, then fees paid. It's 900. As of a payment. Therefore, you can realize that the calculated fee has automatically calculated the balance for us. Therefore, you can just watch my video on how to do calculations on tables. This is supported by Microsoft, that is Microsoft 2010 and above. Therefore, you can go ahead and add this student 104. 104 is Connect, is from Form 2 Dubai. Right click, cross, then you can have 104. He sleeps in River Nile. Good, we are moving on well. Now we are in our second way of creating relationships. If I just go to database tools, then we click on relationships. Therefore, we shall see show table dialog box. Mark you can create relationship from queries or both queries and tables. Therefore, not necessarily tables. Therefore, just double click, double click, double click, then close. Therefore, you realize that my three tables are now here. They are available. Therefore, what you need to do is to drag and drop. Therefore, this field, I take it to that. And therefore, in this edit relationship dialog box, you can see the type of relationship that exists, and you must ensure referential integrity. This checks whether data types, whether field properties are matching. If they are not matching, it will not allow you to create a relationship. Therefore, you can see I have one-to-one relationship. Then I can drag this one to this one. Therefore, still you can see I have one-to-one relationship. Then I click on Enforce Referential Integrity, then click Create. Therefore, you'll notice that I have created a relationship. Therefore, this is how that one looks like. And therefore, I need to press Ctrl S to save. Then I can now cross my relationships. Therefore, when we now go to our tables, like for example, I want to see I want to see who is this guy. That is admission number 100 from the other table. Therefore, I can see, for example, I want to see admission 100, which dormitory does this boy reside? Mount Carmel. This 101, he resides in Tana River. This 102 resides from this, and I can still now see this 100 who resides in Mount Carmel has paid this and has a fees balance of 11,000. In the same context, if I go to students, this one, and I want to see Jackson, where does Jackson sleep or reside? Jackson from 2 Kenya resides in Mount Carmel. Boniface from 2 Dubai resides in Tana River. Therefore, this is how relationships works. This is how we design relationships, and using the normal method, that is the table-to-table method. Therefore, in my next lesson, I'll be taking you through how to create a relationship by use of query grid by help of joins. Therefore, that one will also be our third method on how to creating relationships. If I shall create two tables, we have a table with exam admission number, that is exam admission number, exam admission number. Now this is number. Then we shall have exam term. Then we shall have exam year. Then we can have exam form. Then you can have exam class. This should be number. one should be number, this one should be number, this is okay. Then our dimension number here can be serial number, which is outer number, and our primary key. Now this table, this will be the child table, meaning that the exam admission number will be the foreign key. Therefore, also remember to watch my video on foreign key. I have put the link on the description. Therefore, I have done a video on difference between primary key and foreign key. Therefore, this one will be a foreign key, and therefore I can press Ctrl S. This is exams table. Then after doing so, you can just go ahead and close this, then create another table, create table design. Now this one we are creating, this is student admission number. Now this is the parent table, and therefore this one will be the primary key. This one will be our primary key, should not accept duplication. Then we shall have the student name. Then shall go ahead and have student form, that is the class. Then student class. Then shall have the student year. Then we shall have the student term, that way. Therefore this is number, this is number, yeah, that way. Therefore after now doing this, we can save our mother table, Ctrl S. Remember we are working on relationships. This is students. Therefore after having that, we can run this table of ours. Now since we want to save on time, we can just click on we can just copy data from another table. Therefore we just go ahead to this table and copy this data, this one, just press copy, and then go to this one and paste this data there. If we have copied 124 records, then we can go and copy this one for tech, for term, go back to our table and paste. Therefore we paste that way. Therefore this is data that we need. We have our data already now in our tables. Can delete this one. Now we want to create a relationship among these two tables by combining them into one query without using the previous two methods that we have used. Therefore let's go ahead, go to create, then query design, exams table, students table. Then you can notice that this is very similar to the relationship table grid. Then from here you just drop the fields by double clicking on them, then drop the others, that way. Therefore we can verify that we have all the fields. Then after doing that one, we go ahead and save our query. You can just call it or, that way. Therefore you'll notice that when we run our query, data is not displayed. There is no data that is being displayed. It is actually the engine, the Microsoft Access database engine has got confused. Therefore what we need to do is to create a relationship or something called joins to revive the memory. Therefore just go to design view, then you need to pull this a bit, then you can zoom this for more clarity. Therefore we have agreed that we have the we have the parent table and we have the child table. Therefore, what you need to do is just to insert the engine that that whatever is in the parent table should be duplicated to the child table by creating joins. Therefore, this is, you just double click on the line, then it will open this join. Therefore, you need to choose an option where the parent table is copying data to the child table, and therefore option number 2. Therefore, you will notice that there is an arrow showing you that there is a relationship, there is a join. Then this one should be copied to this one. You do the same. Then you choose the option that starts with the parent towards the child. Therefore, the arrow should look like that. Then you also have the class. We just do the same. Then we also have the term. The term should also be equated. Therefore, then we have the year. The year has been left behind. That way. Then you can now save this one. Now, once you save this one, you see now data has been displayed. Therefore, when I now run that one, the engine has actually accepted my request, and therefore you can see that data is being displayed. Therefore, basically, when I just go to design view, this is what I have as my joints. Therefore, my joints look like this. This is how now my joints looks like, and therefore you can see relationship has been established by use of joins. Therefore, that's how that one works. And therefore, thank you very much for watching. Remember to comment, remember to share my videos, remember to ask questions on the same so that I can know which would be my next video. Therefore, that's how you use the 3 methods. We have looked at creating relationship by use of lookup wizard, creating relationship by normal method, table to table method, and also we have looked at creating relationship by use of query design or joins. Therefore, again, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, remember to give me thumbs up and also subscribe. Thank you very much.